Well, hello there, YouTube. And welcome to New Year's Eve, 31st of December today. I was walking out here with my tank bag and stuff to go take off for a ride. Try to catch a ride for the day's over. And I step out here and it's pouring down rain. How about that? Kelly took off to the store, so I was having to wait for her because my helmet and GoPro and gloves are locked up in that rear trunk of the back of the truck. What happened, Sasha? You're such a meathead. But watch Annie. She don't care. Ah, sorry. I'm coming to get you, Sasha. There's the little woman. She don't even know my helmet and stuff's in the back of the truck.
Well, it's dry in Toledo.
Is it dry in Toledo?
Halfway up the hill.
It is. It's been coming down for a bit. You can see even puddles are starting to fill in. So I waited. I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
My helmet and stuff is in the back of the truck.
Oh, no.
Which wouldn't be a big deal, but my 100% gloves and my Hero 7 Black that I've been riding, it's pouring.
Yeah.
It's flat coming down. Okay. Well, since my ride got messed up. Oh, this fell off. This must have been on that chair. This is that KOA thing from the 2019 Washington ride. How about that? That was sitting. Still got bags packed for that. It's camping gear and I think more camping gear in my BMW bag. Ooh. Oh no, where did I go last and I got all muddy? But there's that ceiling area. Dadgummit, it's all muddy in there. We'll see what we can clean. But these things weep. You can see all the slow weeping oil. It takes quite a while for it to gather back up again once you clean it. And so I don't really worry that much about it. But I've always meant to get in here and get that cleaned off. So I think we're going to drag my oil catch pan out of the way here, dig this thing out, get her unplugged from her charger. Where in the world? I don't remember where I went to get it all dirty. I knew it had bugs and stuff on it from the summer. But let's look at resealing the rocker cover. It's not a bad deal. A little bit of a pain in the butt because it's a air oil cooled engine, which by the way, so is the Himalayan. Rather large oil cooler on the Suzuki's. But you got a couple of oil lines that go in. This back one is the major pain in the butt because it goes over. Let's get that light back on again. Oh, I think, actually, I think you can get enough room that you can slide the cover up when that one banjo's disconnected. I don't remember if I was disconnecting it down here as well, because the back side of the pipe is kind of a flex tubing there. And so is this. This, just a couple of bolts hold that on, it comes out of the way. All right, step one, get her in the air, start yanking. Gotta pull the side covers off, the seat bolts underneath there. And then you got the fuel, petcock, and vacuum line. And then one bolt in the back of the tank comes off. It's pretty easy peasy on this thing. See how ever so slight that weep is? But it's enough that it starts to show up over time. You can see definitely the wetness of the oil. It's pretty straightforward. These things are really simple though. Very straightforward and simple. Gotta love bikes like this. Air cooled, no coolant, no water pumps. Doesn't even have fuel injection. She just got a regular old CV carburetor in there. That's pretty dang simple right there. It's nice. So there we are. The upper engine mount is out of the way. You only have to take one of the two spark plugs out. And when you take these things out, go about half, 3/4 of the way out and blast that thing with air. Make sure there's no debris sitting around that spark plug. Oh, well, I'm probably going to replace these things anyway, because shockingly, this thing has Nippon Denso plugs. Man, them things are garbage. So I'll put some NGKs in there. Pay special note to these two inside bolts. Those ones have sealing washers on them. And there's a bolt underneath each tappet cover as well. And you basically go 1, 2, 3, 4. You work your way out. Then you do the two insides in a crisscross pattern as well. And when you go back together, they're all 10 Newton meters, or roughly about 7 foot-pounds of torque. So it's not very much torque either. So you need to turn it over and get it on top dead center on the compression stroke, which is really easy to do with the tappets off, especially if you can see the intake. And then you can just look right down the spark plug hole. Or you can take the indicator and you'll see the T mark underneath there. So removing that banjo and loosening the one at the bottom, just catching any oil because it's going to leak out, gives me more than enough room to pull that rocker cover off. And then that's just 2 8mm there, and an O-ring. Just got to make sure all that stuff's in good shape. I'm a little concerned that thing's going to clear that oil cooler bracket. It's been a while since I've done one of those. I might have to loosen that and let it flop forward a little bit, because that's gonna be pretty tight clearing this. I mean, the valve cover is gonna come out of there okay, but we'll see. We'll just do it one step at a time here. One of the things I didn't think about before loosening those banjo fittings was turning the engine over to get it on top dead center. Because when you start spinning the motor around, it moves the oil. Well, guess what's going to come heaving out of those? Luckily, it was sitting at bottom dead center, coming up on the compression stroke. So all I had to do was bring the piston from the bottom to the top. So she's on top dead center on the compression stroke. And these are those two bolts underneath the tappet covers. I've seen people cheat and go ahead and try to pull these covers off, not necessarily on a DR650, and start hammering and banging on these things trying to figure out why the head cover won't come off, because they cheated and tried to leave the tappet covers on. And they go, well, I'm not doing the valves until the end. Yeah, there's bolts hiding underneath there. So that's it. All I need to do is loosen this cover up, and usually that, you know, they call it Suzuki bond, Honda bond. It's all 3-bond stuff of some sort. But anyway, that, even though it's leaking, it will be sticky. And there is dowel pins in there you got to contend with. So you got to very carefully tap this thing with a plastic mallet until she breaks free. Don't force, don't wedge nothing in there. I've seen people do that too. You know, they'll shave a screwdriver to a point and just bang it through there. That is your gasket sealing area. You cannot damage that in any way. You don't want to be prying and yanking on things either, because, you know, these two surfaces have to mate exactly when they go back together. So you don't want to warp anything. You could break an ear off. See how these things are sitting on the outside? You cock that thing sideways, you can break one of those ears off. And these are line bored, so you have to buy a cylinder head to get this, because that thing is bored with the two pieces together and torqued down at the factory. So they are factory mated to each other. You can't replace them. So I'll take this cover off here right quick. The crank pivot is a 10mm. The inspection hole is 8. I just did it so I'd show you guys and turn the light on right quick. So you can see that it's on top dead center. We're not pulling the cam out or anything that's going to require cam timing, so it's not overly critical, but you do need to be on top dead center. And always organize your bolts. That's all the head cover bolts. And you remember I told you there's those two that have the sealing washers on it. So don't get those mixed up, because these two look pretty close in length. That's pretty much it. This is the O-ring for that one pipe. And I was able not to push any oil out anywhere. That's that one. It's just the O-ring that sets in that groove. So you got to be mindful of your end cap there too. Hopefully it'll stick to one side or the other without breaking free, because you end up with like these little notches where the sealing area is, and it can, I don't know, you got to spend some extra time to make sure you get all the goop off if it moves. But a lot of times it sticks to one side or the other. So now I'm going to get a plastic mallet and start tapping on this thing, see if I can bust it loose. Oh no. Did I break my DR650? Look at that. The seal stayed perfectly seated down in the cylinder head. This is something, you know, they preach to us, you know, in the factory schools and whatnot, is not over applying the sealant. See that, how that comes off of there? That was too much sealant installed on there. On the outside, not so critical. On the inside, this can break free and work its way and plug off an oil gallery somewhere in the engine. Very dangerous. I've literally had motorcycle failures due to someone putting too much silicone on. Look at that big old lug of that stuff sitting right there. I mean, that's bad. I mean, that's a big old chunk sitting right there. And these things do break free. And, you know, it could plug up a oil gallery going to a crank journal or the cam or something. It's bad news. Look at it. And no one's been in here before. This is the way it came from the factory. Cams look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Head cover. She's all real nice. See, the pads are wearing nice and even. That's all nice. Look at that. I mean, it takes the thinnest coat on here. You don't have to. I've literally seen techs squeeze a bottle and just big clumps of it, like they're putting toothpaste on their toothbrush. But anyway, we'll get that all cleaned up, put it on correctly. I thought I had some of that Yamaha 6B. I really like that stuff. It's black like this. But I have some Honda Bond 4 and some Honda Bond HT. We'll see which one's the freshest. But anyway, I'm going to call it tonight. Kelly came out here and said dinner's ready. So I'm going to cover these things up. And we'll continue this in the morning. We're supposed to be getting some crazy storms tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Wind and rain and all kinds of stuff. So New Year's Day is going to come in with a bang, but I'll deal with storms. Let's make all the other crazy stuff go away, shall we? But yeah, see, this is something you can easily do yourself. You're not going to have to be adjusting cam timing or anything like that. Here's your centrifugal. It's kind of hard to show you this, but this is your decompression release that will hold an exhaust valve, one of the exhaust valves open until it gets up. You can actually see where it pushes. See it, the shiny part back here? That thing is holding just ever so slightly, holding the exhaust valve open, and that's your decompression release. As soon as it gets up to RPM, the centrifugal force of that thing spinning goes away and doesn't open the valve anymore. But anyway, we'll deal with this tomorrow. We'll continue. Hope this was fun for you guys. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy vlogging about it. So, like I say, I'll cover this up. Go in there with little mama. We'll have some dinner and we'll have a quick little goodbye with you, and that'll be it for the day. All right. Thanks for hanging out in the shop with me. Well, hello there, YouTube. Just as I come back in the house, I can hear the rain starting to sprinkle down. Hasn't rained in a bit. Everything's still soaking wet, but it's been nice. It's the calm before the storm, as the old saying goes. So, we have about 2 hours and 20 minutes of 2020 left.
Yep, she's almost done.
Yep, it's just about done. Man, I hope 21's gonna be a good one.
It'll be better.
Yeah, we're gonna start off fairly soon in 2021. We're gonna get the little woman a motorcycle.
Cool.
Yeah, and oh darn, for the first 300 miles, I'm gonna have to break it in for her.
I know. Oh, darn.
I think I'm gonna fall in love with that thing. We'll probably end up with 2 of those stupid things.
Yeah, knowing you.
Yeah, those are cool. So this morning I got up and I was binge watching Himalayan videos. Good Lord, there are so many vlogs, so many people vlogging on them, taking trips on them, and wow, them things are something else. Nothing, the performance or nothing's there, which, everyone, the people that buy it realize you're just buying a super fun, reliable motorcycle.
Yeah.
If you're looking for performance, it's the old saying, just look elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not the bike for
you ain't growed up yet, if that's what you're, the only thing you're looking for in a motorcycle. But, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. We'll get her all sealed up tomorrow, and maybe there'll be some break in the weather we can take her for a little rip.
I hope so.
I think I have enough of my Motor X oil to do an oil change. I have a Suzuki filter and stuff for it. I need to look around and see if I pulled the spark plug out. I think it's got a Nippon Denso.
Oh, does it?
Both plugs are, I think both of the plugs are the same. Nippon Densos. There's not, you won't go into any motorcycle shop that sells those things. It's the funniest thing. Not so bad now with the modern 4-strokes, but in the old days, man, you have brand new motorcycles that wouldn't start, and you look, Nippon Denso, get rid of that thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe that's just something in the old days.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It always starts
Nobody uses them when they replace them, I can tell you that.
No.
Anyway, we're going to roll on that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah.
And have a happy new year.
Yeah, a happy new year to everyone. Just think how many people that watch our vlog every day. It's already been New Year's. It's like the end of the day already for them. Yep. It's weird to think about that, but
I know, it's strange.
Yep. All right. So we'll see you in 2021.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.
See you in the morning.
Bye-bye.